Some breaking news to get to on this Monday morning. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. My name is Jay Sr. Hope everybody out there had a fantastic weekend and your weeks are off to a good start. The Niners over the course of the weekend and going into this week making two major moves on their coaching staff. We're going to talk about the most recent one coming up here on the show as San Francisco has hired Brant Boyer to be their special teams coordinator to replace Brian Schneider. Those two major hires really bulking up this coaching staff under head coach Kyle Shanahan on Friday. The Niners officially hiring Robert Saleh to take over for Nick Sorensen as the team's next defensive coordinator. And today, the Niners announcing that they are bringing in Brant Boyer to take over for Brian Schneider as their special teams coordinator. Look, this is why you subscribe to the channel, because when breaking news happens, we go in depth to inform you. We're not doing just a minute or two video. We're giving you all of the details, all of the analysis that you need to be a smarter Niner fan, and that's why we're approaching 156,000 subs. We're 69 away. Very nice. You know what's also very nice? The sponsor for today's show. Let's hit that real quick. Our friends at Gametime take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We really appreciate them for making today's show possible. It is the best app when it comes to purchasing tickets. And thanks to Gametime Picks, curation makes it easier to find the best seats at the lowest price guaranteed, to get the best price point and the best vantage point for the event that you want to go to, whether it be a Niners game, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, college football, NFL, whatever, or you can go to a concert, comedy show, theater event, and a whole lot more. I got to be honest, I talk about sports for a living, so sometimes I like to unplug, jam out to some music at a concert, take down some drinks, and sometimes I like to go to a comedy show to laugh a little bit. I love how you can see the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. For instance, you want to go to Suns Warriors at the Chase Center in San Francisco, you get a look at all of the seats available, but then the view from your seat, which is absolutely awesome. So prices drop as the event gets closer. You're going to get the lowest price guaranteed on Gametime. Otherwise, they will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out and buy tickets with Gametime. Download the app, create an account, use the code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off. Terms apply. First purchase only. The news of the day in Ninerland. The 49ers hiring Brant Boyer to take over for a special teams unit that has been bad under head coach Kyle Shanahan of late. The Niners announcing this coaching move on Monday morning. Boyer was with the Jets since 2016. He's served as a special teams coordinator since then. So he brings a wealth of experience at the special teams coordinator spot to this Niners team that needs to fix that phase of the game. And I thought what was pretty notable about Boyer with the Jets, he survived 3 different regime changes. So every coach that went to New York during his stint there decided to retain him. That included Robert Saleh when he took the job in 2021. And he kept on to Boyer to be his special teams coordinator. So Saleh probably able to give some insight to Kyle Shanahan about what Boyer brings to the table, the type of coach that he is. The Niners hired him last week before officially hiring Saleh. So some ties there. Boyer going to take over a special teams unit that had a multitude of special teams lapses in every phase. Punt coverage, kick coverage, kickoffs, punt returns, kick returns, trying to defend trick plays on special teams, awful punt coverages, awful punting, awful field goal kicking, that and a whole lot more. Boyer also played 10 years in the NFL as a linebacker. He was a 6th-round pick back in 1994 after he ended his college career with Arizona. And he's going to have to make a few different decisions. Obviously personnel, but also a big decision on Jake Moody, who was a Brian Schneider pick. Brian Schneider, the much maligned former Niners special teams coordinator, played a huge role in the pre-draft process, running Moody through workouts, which then helped lead the Niners to taking him in the 3rd round of the draft just 2 years ago. The Niners special teams DVOA under Kyle Shanahan, the last 2 years, it has not been good enough. And throughout his tenure, this has been a weakness under Shanahan. DVOA in 2024 was 31st among 32 teams. In 2023, they were 25th. In 2022, they were 15th. And I expect this defense to come back under Robert Saleh. I expect this offense to get back to its form in 2025, even though they were statistically a top 10 offense in 2024. But I expect them to be better. And so if you're better on offense and you're better on defense, all you really have to do and where you need to live with your special teams unit is about middle of the pack. So if they can get back to even the 2022 form, that's great. You can't be second to last in DVOA and dead last in expected points added. 2021, the Niners were 26th. In 2020, they were 23rd. 2019, they were 12th. 2018, 14th. 2017, they were 11th. They moved on from Richard Hightower to hire Brian Schneider. The special teams units have gotten worse under Schneider, and Hightower actually did a pretty good job this year with the Chicago Bears. As for the Niners' EPA rankings in 2024, they were 11th on offense, 26th on defense. That's going to get better under Robert Saleh, in my opinion. 32nd on special teams. So if you fix two of these three phases and you improve a little bit on the offensive side of the football, this Niners team can get back to playoff contention and championship contention this upcoming season. The Jets' special teams EPA rankings under Boyer. You might look at these numbers and say, Chase, they're not all that great. But hold on, we do have some telling numbers that we're going to show you here just around the corner. 2024, they took a step back, 26th. But they were running through a bunch of field goal kickers. And they were an awful field goal efficiency team. So that affected the expected points added. 2023, though, they were 11th. 2022, 13th. 2021, under Boyer, 19th. And then the years before that, 2020, they were 25th. 2019, 10th. 2018, 1st. 2017, 17th. 2016, his first year, they were 30th. So there have been some really good EPA performing special teams units under Boyer throughout his coaching career. Cumulative, his entire tenure with the Jets, 14th, about middle of the pack in the NFL. But this is what's pretty impressive here. This is a write-up from 49ers.com. During his Jets tenure from 2016 to 2024, Boyer led a special teams unit that ranked tied for second in total touchdowns with 9, second in blocked punts with 8, tied for 5th in special teams points scored with 63, and the opponent kickoff return average was 21.8 yards. Also under Boyer's guidance, 2 players, wide receiver Braxton Berrios in 2022 and wide receiver Andre Roberts in 2018, earned first-team All-Pro honors as returners, while 3 players, cornerback Justin Hardy in 2023, Roberts in 2019, and kicker Jason Myers in 2019, made Pro Bowl appearances. The Niners have not had a lot of high-performing players on special teams, let alone first-teamers and Pro Bowl selections. And so my take on this hire is that under Boyer, the Jets had explosive, creative, sound special teams units. And even though they weren't great some years analytically, they were good in some other areas that can win you games, that have lost the Niners games, that can flip the momentum of some of these games. And so all the Niners really need to do, if you improve on offense, you improve on defense, let's live in that average neighborhood on special teams, and this Niners team will be fine, and don't give up some of the back-breaking plays that we've seen in critical spots that have happened under Kyle Shanahan's watch. Grade the hiring of Brant Boyer, A, B, C, D, or F. Get those pens out, judge it for me down in the comment section, and embrace debate while you're down there. Here's what the Niners must improve on with Boyer coming to the Bay with this special teams unit and him leading the charge there. You have to fix some of the coverage breakdowns that we have seen on the punt and kick units. Way too many big plays given up, way too many mistakes made, and we haven't seen a lot of explosive returns for San Francisco. But also in coverage, the Niners have to stop giving up some of these explosive returns, which then can lead to points, flip the field, change the momentum, and give the opposing team really good field position. And so these explosive returns have really gutted the Niners over time. And they've given up some of these big plays in really critical spots. Playoffs, conference championships, in the Super Bowl against Kansas City, I thought the Chiefs had the edge on special teams. I want to see San Francisco and Boyer get creative with fake punts from time to time, get creative with trying to draw up blocked punts and blocked field goals. We just haven't seen those marquee plays from this Niners special teams unit in a long time. And stop giving up fake punts for big games. Earlier in the year against the Los Angeles Rams, that flipped the momentum of the game when Sean McVay decided to run that fake punt to the left. And then against Arizona, final game of the year, DJ Dallas just runs up the middle on a fake punt for like 20-plus yards. It can't happen. And I also want to see San Francisco with Boyer manufacture some explosive kick and punt returns. And then lastly, maybe most importantly, probably the most important, get the kicker position right. Jake Moody had no confidence when he looked into his eyes after that ankle injury. And maybe that ankle injury to his kicking leg really impacted his play and his confidence. And when you're kicking balls as a field goal kicker in the NFL and you lose that confidence, it can be visible. It can lead to some really rocky results. But Brian Schneider played that marquee role in the Niners' scouting of Jake Moody and drafting him. You should never take a kicker in the third round. The Niners did that. It's team-building malpractice. And Moody this year killed them. 24 of 34. He only connected on 70.6% of his field goals. He was 6 of 11 on kicks of 40 to 49 yards. He was 4 of 9 from 50-plus. And after he came back from that ankle injury, weeks 10 through 18, 10 of 18. And he was pissing down his leg, looking scared, looking just like a player who was lost, who had no belief that he was going to be able to split the uprights. So hopefully Boyer can help turn all of those things around and more. Be sure to give me a follow on social media. Just surpassed 15,000 followers on X. Thank you to all of the real ones. Next up, 36K on IG.